Hi everybody, I'm Shah Rukh Khan and you're watching Bollywood Hungama with Faridoon and me. Thank you very much for watching.
और गूंजूंगा जो लौटाओगे आवाज मेरी, और गूंजूंगा जो लौटाओगे आवाज मेरी, इतना फैलूंगा कि सदियों को सुनाई दूंगा. The name is Shah Rukh Khan and he'll be seen next in and as Raees, the world over, and the echo of positivity surrounding Raees as well as Shah Rukh Khan is humongous right now. So huge pleasure to have you back on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Thank you so much Faridoon.
And so general, the way the promos are tracking is something which is excellent. Unanimously, be it the critics and the people, they're just loving it. Do you feel that it's like a unanimous appeal that is the promos are having so far?
I don't never, Faridoon, I don't try to gauge what is happening around. Of course, there's a whole set of wonderful marketing and PR team which keeps on feeding us back with what's happening. Right. But I think the bottom line of marketing or releasing a trailer or a song is to inform people about what the film is. And I think as long as the information has reached and people like the information that they're getting, right, and then take a decision, a knowledge decision that okay, we want to do this or don't want to do this. Right. For me, that is the second most important part of making a film. First is of course making the film. So I think right now, till the film releases, I will only be doing things that inform people, as many people as possible, in the shortest span of time. And I hope the reaction is nice, which we'll get to know once the film opens up. So no, I don't really wait for the feedback. I don't even wait for a feedback of the film. I just keep working towards what I'm supposed to.
Great. I interviewed Nawaz, I think quite some time back, and he said that this is the finest performance of Shah Rukh Khan. Raees is the finest performance of Shah Rukh Khan. How do you react to something like that? You always say that the next film is my best film. You've always said that, but still an actor of the caliber of Nawazuddin.
If Nawaz Bhai and he really believes so, then he must have enjoyed working with me, right, and so did I. I think Nawaz Bhai is a stupendous actor, one of the best talents we've had in years, anywhere in the world. Right. And you know, and we have a lot of we have some meaty bits in the film together, and I really believe that having worked with him, film being Rahul Dholakia's reality-based aspect, right, we're trying to commercialize it a little bit, make it popular. I think him being there really helped me create Raees, because there is a lot of give and take with Nawaz Bhai in the film. Absolutely. And I had a great time working with him. And if you think so, then I can only just thank him for being kind, because coming from an actor of his caliber, it's a very big compliment.
Right. Rahul Dholakia, he's of the opinion that Shah Rukh was extremely involved in the entire process of it, and he was never intrusive. And he used to just come to the editing room and just sit there and just give his suggestions. And how's the experience of working with someone like Rahul Dholakia, who's become, I think, a total fan of you as well, in terms of the way he talks about you is something that he has a lot of respect for you and regard for you as well. And as you've been saying that he's had this realistic mode as far as a director is concerned, which is somewhat different from maybe what you worked with people in the recent past.
Yeah, I think Rahul was very clear when he thought of the film. He thought he should try and create a broader spectrum for the film as far as the audience is concerned. Right. Which does not mean a niche film is less or a popular film is more. But he just felt the story is such that is written in a very realistic way. Right. But if you are able to bring in a little bit of a broader spectrum as far as audience is concerned, with the trappings of what we call popular cinema, right, without in any which way taking away from the original script or taking away from popular cinema, right, to get that balance. And I think Farhan and myself and Ritesh, I think the whole team really liked that concept, because it's quite a marriage. The holy grail of films is to try and find out that mix, a film which has substance and which becomes popular, and it's not designed so. It's a little offbeatish story of a character, or the storyline is very different from a regular popular film. So I think one never needed to be intrusive. Neither was Rahul. He was very keen that I bring in my elements. I know the world. I'm from a theatre school. I understand niche cinema also. It's not that Absolutely. I may not have done it.
You've done it in the past as well.
Yeah, I'm not done as much as maybe Rahul and everybody. But I think somewhere down the line the mix is good. It's very interesting to get two schools together.
Absolutely.
Who are both wanting to in a way use each other to enhance the other. That kind of normally doesn't happen. And so it's a good experiment, and hopefully it will work for everybody. So I'm really thankful that Rahul thought of me for a film like this, and Excel kind of put it all together, and we are here. And people seem to be liking this mix so far.
Absolutely.
So good so far.
In fact, he also just narrated a very interesting incident that happened while making the film. And he said that there was a song sequence, and you suggested that maybe you can shoot it in 36 frames. And Rahul was of the opinion that maybe he's not of the same school of thought, but he agreed to it. And when he was seeing it on video assist, so he said that थोड़ा फिल्मी लग रहा है. So he said that पीछे से मुझे एक आवाज़ आई कि हम फिल्मी तो बना रहे हैं. Apparently, I think you must have said that हम फिल्मी तो बना रहे हैं. So he said that I found like really the way he said it was extremely funny. So such incidents when you look back at it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we enjoyed each other's company. I think Rahul is an extremely talented, patient, and a smiling person. He's really
absolutely
all there, and I really enjoyed myself with him. I actually miss him now that the film is over today, it being nearly the last few days. But yeah, there've been many instances. You know, when we're doing a song, I would do it in a certain way, and I'll say, look, I'll try and you know do this bit. He said, बस हाथ Shah Rukh Khan की तरह मत फैलाना, बाकी वैसे कर लेना, बाकी वो मेरा थोड़ा real zone में रख लेना and all. So we had good laughs, you know. Like we have a sequence where I'm riding a camel and doing a song, and I would call him up and say, listen, Rahul, बहुत परेशान हो जाएगा. अब तो मैं घोड़े पे भी नहीं आ रहा हूँ हीरो की तरह, मैं ऊँट के ऊपर चल कर आ रहा हूँ and all. So we would laugh about it, but we knew that it's necessary that we try and plug both schools and try and make a mix, because I think the film deserves that. It has that inherent quality that, you know, it has the dialogue bazi, need not be underlined like a regular film, but it is there. It has music, it has reason for music, realistically so, like Laila Mai Laila in a bar, in an 85, 90s club. So I think it necessitated that we both work together, enjoying each other's company, you know. So halfway through or 20 days into the film, it did become like this. It's a filmy lag raha hai, and I'd say, yeah, filmy to bana rahe hain, yaar. Filmy lagne de.
Right. Since you've been working for like almost like 3-4 years on this film as well, is it also important for you, the people that you're working with, that they have a certain, I think, free spiritedness in terms of the way they think, the way they are, the way they pursue their life? Is it important for you when you just especially the way Rahul Dolakia Saab has been, in terms of, he's an absolutely bindas guy and very, very progressive as well.
I'm really, I don't know if that follows for every actor or not, but I like to be pampered. I'm spoiled like that. I've never asked for anything. I mean, to me, to make a film becomes secondary than to be loved on a film set. I need to be pampered. I don't need anything. I don't have any other star trapping. My stardom, I handle myself, but I need to be loved, I need to be cajoled, I need to be looked after, I need to be hugged. I can't be scheduled, I can't be put in, I can't have non-smiling people, I can't have serious stuff, I can't have quietude on the set, I can't have, God, we need to finish this. I've done this job enough to just know that I do it because I love being there.
Absolutely.
And I like to spread love on my sets. I like everyone to be happy. If I'm well, I do it even more. And I expect the same. So you need to have people who understand the film will get made. There will be stops along the way, but the film will get made. And it will be made as well as we set out to make it, inshallah. And we have to enjoy the process, because my experience of filmmaking is, once the film is done, it doesn't belong to you. So then post that, what happens to the film, how good, bad, ugly, how much people love, none of it is yours. The process remains yours. So you should have a great process, and you need people to be in that state of mind. I mean, I've been in situations, I'll be honest, where sometimes, you know, great films, great times, good script, but I just feel it's going to not be a happy set to be working on. And I'd rather not be there. Yeah. I'm too old, I've done this work for too long to go and be unhappy for 10 hours a day. I need happy people, and Rahul and the whole team of Raees extremely happy. I mean, we're always laughing, smiling, even in times of trouble, things going wrong, dates going wrong, rain coming in, and you need it to be like that. You know, filmmaking has to be a theatre experience where everybody is in it together, enjoys themselves at the end of the shoot, even if it's gone wrong.
Right. The entire chemistry that you're having with Mahira, both the songs that have come up out so far, and even the talkie portions, there's an element of classic nazakat and sharafat, जो एक classic romance के साथ में associated होता था. Do you feel that way? The entire that it has that element of you know, romance, which is like really classic in every sense of the word. Do you feel that? अदाओं से and आँखों से and
Actually, the film is set in 85 and 90s. So obviously there was a different way of even wooing people.
Right.
Of course, it is still filmic. It has still got a song,
Right.
and I think somewhere the whole world of Raees is subjugated to 85 and 95s. It's that overpowers it. So whatever is happening, I mean, you don't have a mobile phone in the film because there was no mobile phone then. And similarly, small little issues, the way the set is lit up, the way it is shot, has to have a kind of a memory back to 85 and 95. So maybe even perhaps romance was also a little more conservative, if I may use that word, or different than perhaps what we show in films now. So we could not have done a song and dance sequence like you would do in, say, Chennai Express.
Absolutely.
Or you would do it in, say, Dilwale or whichever.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and the clothes can't be like that. The world is different. The setting is very different. I think even the strata of the film that we have shown is very different from which allows only that amount of, if you call it classic, or if you call it conservative, or if you call it, haya, sharam, nazakat, kind of a scenario.
Right. Sir, we are having a few questions for rapid fire with you, and we'll play the rapid fire with Shah Rukh Khan now. 3 things about Raees you think are the perfect ingredients of a blockbuster.
I wish I knew one ingredient of a blockbuster, man. I think it's a good story. I think I like the panning out of the character as he starts from a younger age to the older, and I think it's the reality mixed with the popular cinema. I think that would be an interesting mix for people to watch.
Fantastic. A thing in Raees that sets it apart from every Bollywood crime drama.
I haven't seen every Bollywood crime drama. I think it's different inherently because it's extremely well researched. I'm not saying others won't, but it's extremely well researched. And also, I don't know if there has been a crime drama on bootlegging which was rampant in 85 and 95.
Absolutely.
So if it wasn't, I think the theme is new. Right. And to me, the most intriguing part of the story is how Raees and his team and other people in the film bypass law and each other, trying to sell illicit liquor. I think that's very interesting, very smart, and very novel. Maybe I'm not from that world, so I didn't know this, but extremely surprising, and it's like, wow, that's how you do it. So it's very intriguing to watch it.
Right. Sir, in Bollywood, who according to you has a Baniye Ka Dimaag? Who do you think has a Baniye Ka Dimaag in Bollywood?
In our team, I can tell you, Ritesh Sidhwani has it.
Okay, and Miyanbhai Ki Daring?
I think Rahul has a Miyanbhai Ki Daring to make a film of this caliber.
Okay, so for one favorite quote you think can inspire anyone anytime? One favorite quote of yours that you think that can inspire anyone?
From the film?
No, from your own life, or quotes that...
I believe in a saying which I used to carry when I was in school. I used to carry it at the head of the march, when you went to the march past. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Right. So we've taken a few questions from your fans as well, so let's take a few questions as well. This is Beverly from Goa. Is the news about Dhoom 4 with Adi Chopra true? Are you doing that?
No, I have not been approached for Dhoom 4, no.
This is Raghav from India. Your best moment with Mahira Khan on...
Raghav is very wide, from India. Okay.
Raghav from India.
Right, from India.
Right. He's not given the city actually. So,
oh, okay.
Because a lot of people have been sending from all over. So your best moment with Mahira Khan on Raees shoot, sir?
I think enacting the interval scene was very nice.
Okay, this is Dushanbe from Tajikistan. What is that one thing that your mom said we all should apply in our daily lives?
I don't know. I remember, because we're talking business, so I'll talk about business because the film is about dhanda and stuff. So my mother used to always tell me, don't cut costs, increase your income. And think positive, because the amount of time it takes to cut costs is exactly the same time it would take to increase your income. So think positive and work like that.
How's the experience of working with Sheba Chadda? Apparently, I think she plays your mother in the film. So
brilliant, yeah. I mean, I don't have very many scenes with her because I'm growing up, and it would be really silly if I was playing 9-year-old also.
Right.
But absolutely nice. I think the film actually gets set when for the first time she teaches me what I keep saying, Ammi Jaan कहती थी कि कोई भी धंधा छोटा नहीं होता, धंधे से बड़ा कोई धर्म या मजहब नहीं होता. I think when she says it, it's very telling, very telling. The 3-4 things he says to me as I'm growing up in the film, and she remains there as a thought and a memory throughout the film.
Right.
But when she says this, I think the film starts taking off with those dialogues.
Okay, and so do you realize that this dialogue, Ammi Jaan kehti thi, consider that you've been extremely close to your mom, and maybe I think maybe 20 years down the line, it can be one of the dialogues that will be associated with you in a big way. Do you somehow feel that you're carrying your mother along with yourself, maybe through a dialogue as well? Do you feel that? Do you think from that perspective you don't?
My mother?
Yeah.
Through this dialogue?
Yeah. Because Ammi Jaan because whatever your mom must have told you, I'm sure that it must have been instrumental in many ways.
We're all very close to our mothers, but I don't know. I mean, you know, which dialogue we carry our mother through, and just because I've used mothers in lots of my films.
Absolutely.
मैं बहुत माँओं से प्यार भी किया है, माँओं का दुलारा भी रहा हूँ, माँओं से उनकी बेटियाँ भी मांग के शादी कर ली हैं मैंने. So no, I think my mom's memory is extremely personal and close. I would not. I mean, I may use a lot of things in filmmaking as an actor, but I would never use my mom's memory to, you know, any other reason but just to keep it in my heart.
Great. This is Anna from New York. How's it working with Mahira? Any funny incident with her? Any funny incident with Mahira that you'd like to talk about?
Not just with her. I think I've said this a couple of times now. I think because of the kajal and you know, the way I used to be dressed and come and sit down, and the unit being new, most of the actors and all the ADs, except for Mohanan sir, who's the camera person who's worked with me before.
Ji.
I think everybody was very quiet, and I thought that's the atmosphere of the set, because it's a serious film, and Rahul coming from a you know, niche film genre, he works like this.
Right.
But at least 15-20 days later, I think I looked so scary that nobody was talking to me, and they all wanted to talk with me. And then Mohanan told me one day that, you know, sir, they're not talking to you because they're thinking you're in a bad mood. I said, but I'm not in a bad mood. He said, I've been telling them Shah Rukh is really fun to be on sets, and he's joking and laughing. I said, but they are so quiet, so I thought maybe I should not joke. So I think everybody was a little taken aback by the way I looked a little morose and angry with my Raees look. So I think that was sweet. And then I started obviously wearing my kajal only when the shot was required. Otherwise, they were all very scared of it.
Right. Even in Leela, you have that angry look in a way as well. People would expect, like when it comes to like a song and dance, Shah Rukh Khan will just get into that. But I think you're in that mode, Raees mode.
Yeah, I'm very angry in the film. Yeah. You got to be scared. I'm very angry in the film more often than not.
So this is Fatima from UK. What do you think will be the biggest takeaway from Raees?
I hope that, you know, the world that we are showing is, of course, like I keep saying, there's no justification for doing a bad thing. Raees is part of that world, whether it's circumstances, life, or just being born there. Right. But I think the takeaway is that within every aspect of life, good, bad and ugly, there is always an inherent good quality or something nice we can find. And in Raees, I think for me, the nicest thing about the character, see, it's not just a person or whatever, but for the character, I believe that any person, man or woman, who can take responsibility for their actions in the face of fear, in the face of danger, in the face of negativity,
right,
but still stand up and say, I take responsibility for my action. I think that makes you a special human being. So I think that should be the takeaway, that don't judge by the state of place you are in, by the state of that I wouldn't do this, she does it, he does it. Whatever work we do, whichever dhanda we are in, whichever world we belong to, I think if you can be someone who takes responsibility for their action, it makes you a better person.
Okay, this is Zayed from Kashmir. Is Shah Rukh's role really of a magician in Tubelight? Are you playing a magician, sir, in Tubelight?
Not in my place yet. I think the film belongs to Kabir Khan and Salman and the team.
Right.
So when they start talking about the marketing, I'm sure they will divulge what I'm playing.
Right.
I did shoot for it, as everyone knows, but I think it's not my place to talk about the film, as it's not really my film.
And you'll be promoting Raees on Bigg Boss shortly. That's something that
I think tomorrow. I think tomorrow, day after we go.
Right. So we'll just take one final thing. This is, I think, really interesting because you have tremendous fans all across the world, and many times, apart from your films, they follow you because of your interviews and what you speak on in award shows, and they really like the way you talk, and it has affected many lives as well. Now, this is from a girl called Ikra from England. She has been your fan for the last 20 years. And she has written a small note that, Shah Rukh, I've been a fan almost for 20 years. Anything I do is related to you. My childhood memories are of you and I've never met you. I've never tried. My New Year resolution every year is to meet you, but I get so scared even if I get the slightest chance. I have loved you all my life and it's so scary for me to meet you and then probably never see you again. I don't want to meet you just once and leave it all there. I've never thought beyond you. My life starts and ends with you. You have the answers to everything and I just wanted you to know this. Hoping I get the courage to meet you this year. Love, Ikra from England. How did you react to something like this? This is I thought it was beautiful. There are many actually notes and questions, but I found this quite interesting. Fan for 20 years.
Don't be scared. Come and meet me. It's all right. Whether you meet me again or not doesn't make a difference. Meet me once. It'll be nice because I love you too. Thank you very much, Ikra.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Congratulations for the wonderful response you've been getting for Raees and looking forward to watching the film, sir. Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.